for coming. Welcome to our regeneration class. I'm Coach Clinton. Today we'll be going over some good movements to just get you up and moving, get some good recovery stuff in. Let's go ahead and start with our tip of the day before we start the workout to get our head right. And we're doing the acronym of the day right now is what we're doing. So our acronym today is FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Okay, and this will all kind of tie in together as we go into our quote of the day today, which is coming to us from Headspace. So remember that you guys have Headspace available to you. Please, if you have questions about it, reach out, ask some questions. I can get you the links and all that stuff. But it's really good to have the right mindset as we're moving forward, and we're getting closer and closer to mental awareness week and stuff like that. So Headspace is always going to be there for you guys and help you get on track. Now remember, fear, false evidence appearing real. It's so true, right? What fear is. And then our joke of the day today, what type of vehicle should you use for a fall hayride? And then you got the little kid jumping in the leaves like we all used to do until we found out how many bugs are in those leaves. Just a few, right? Just a few. Let's go ahead and get started with some movements. We're going to get up and then we'll get down and stretched out. So let's go ahead, widen our feet out just a little bit, a little wider than shoulder width. We're going to deep squat down. So I'm going to go ahead and deep squat down into a nice deep squat, wherever you're comfortable. And I'm going to go ahead and rock back and forth just a little bit and then come up. So just opening those hips to start, deep squat down again. Now this time we're going to rock back and forth a little. Then we're going to open up to the side, switch to the other side, and come up. Good. Same thing, down, rocking back and forth, rotate, rotate, and up. Good. One more, deep squat down, rocking back and forth, rotate, rotate to the other side, and come up. Nice work. First movement is in the books. Now remember, this is a one-way camera, so I cannot see you. So please just, if you're not sure what the movement should look like, take the time to look and watch me. Let's go ahead and go into our hand walk, fold forward, hand walk out. We're going to go into a good plank position here and drop down nice and slow into our push-up, all the way down, all the way back up. Push those hands into the ground, go into that down dog. Hold there. Good, drop back into your plank position. Another nice slow push-up, all the way down, all the way up. Drive those hips up. We got one more with push-up, and then we're going to walk those feet to our hands. So go ahead and fall back in to that plank position. Down nice and slow. Press up. Drive those hips. And now walk those toes to your hands. Walk those toes to your hands. All the way up. Roll up. Nice and slow. Good job. Next stretch. World's greatest. This is still into our movement style stretches. Okay, this is not into our deep stretches yet. So we're going to go ahead and flow into these movements. Hi, Jace. Okay, we got the kiddo. Let's go. Big step forward. World's greatest position. So big front lunge, hands down on the ground. From here, I'm going to rotate towards that front knee. So left knee is forward, left hand reaches up to the sky. Come back down, and then drive the other hand up. So same thing. We're just going to tuck down and up 4 times on this side, and then we'll switch sides. One more. And down. Good. And stand up and switch to the other side. Okay, switch to the other side. Big lunge step forward, coming down. Now, when I'm in this world's greatest, I'm driving my heel down towards the ground as much as I can. As I rotate, keeping that back leg active, tucking back inside, reaching up. Good, get 5 rotations here. Don't we wish we were all as flexible as little kids? Some of us might be.
Yeah, my brother at school.
One more, reach up. And down and stand up. Good job. All right, we're gonna move down to the ground. Now, if you need some water or anything, please grab some now. Now's a good time. I gotta take the sweatshirt off before I cook. See, shouldn't have turned the heater on. But when you got the little up here, it's always good to make sure he's staying nice and warm. Okay, so we're gonna come into 90-90 as our first movement, okay? So 90-90 position, down on the ground, tucked up into a nice tight little ball. Make sure these knees are stacked, hip is pointing towards the sky. I'm gonna reach my arm up, straight up towards the sky. Okay, now from here, our 90-90 we're gonna work on today is we're gonna open up towards the back of the room. I'm not gonna allow my hips to change or my knees to change position. And I'm gonna rotate through that shoulder and arm to the back of the room. And then come back up, straight up. Okay, when you're up, drive that shoulder towards the sky and then relax it back. As you come back, now I'm watching where this arm is going. I'm not allowing these knees to separate, and I'm not allowing my hip to tip back. All this rotation should come through my T-spine. Come back to center. Good, fall back. One more on this side, and then we'll switch sides. Let that air out as we're dropping down. Now, these are our recovery movements, right? This is our recovery. It is Thursday. We're towards the end of the week. This is our recovery time. Little strength, little stability, but a lot of recovery. Come back up. Good, switch to the other side. I got to do my little break dance. Come to the other side. Boop, boop. Yeah. Okay, into that 90-90. Stack those knees again. Okay, now you can hold those knees together with your bottom hand. That's fine. Rotate up, find that top position. Deep breath in. Let it out as you fall to the back of the room with that arm. I did not move far enough away. Sorry. Here we go. Now I'm far enough away. You don't need a ton of space, but when your arms are kind of long, you need a little space behind you. Hold in that open position. Good. Come back to center. Now, if your head starts to bother you or your neck, go ahead and you can rest your head on a pillow or something, or you can use your arm as long as you're not letting those knees separate. Open up. And I can leave my hand here, even as I open up, to help support my neck. Okay, some of us have neck or shoulder issues. This is important to make sure that you're stabilizing that area. Come back to center. One more here. Open up. And come to center. Nice work. All right, our next one. We're going to go into a lateral pillar bridge. So on our side, I got markers everywhere now. Lateral pillar bridge. So on our side, on our elbow. This next one, it's kind of challenging. It's a kick through. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start in either a regular plank or a regular lateral or regular pillar bridge. Okay, so your choice if you want to be in plank or if you want to be down in pillar bridge. Okay, you choose. I'm going to go in plank. Gives me a little more room. I'm going to lift one leg up towards the sky. Doesn't matter which one. You can just do the opposite of me if you want. Squeeze that glute to bring it through. Now I'm going to bring my knee into the center, and I'm going to rotate to the side. So I'm in this kind of running position. Okay, you can take your arm up, kick that leg out straight, bring it back, and rotate back under. Okay, that's our move. Okay, now I'm gonna go the other way. So I'll lift the opposite leg up, bring that knee to center, turn to the side, arm goes up, kick that leg out, bring it back under. Good job. This move is kind of challenging. It's a lot of movement. Squeeze the right leg for me, come to center, rotate to the side. Good for shoulder and core stability. Good. We're just doing 2 on each side. Okay, switching sides, lift up, come to center, turn, hand up, kick that leg out straight, bring it in, rotate to center, and relax down. Nice. So like I said, little challenging. Now this next one, following in that same position, you can go into your plank or down dog if you need a little more space, okay? I like down dog. I'm gonna lift my back leg up. I'm gonna swing it forward into this pigeon position, okay? So I'm gonna try to drop that back leg. This front leg is coming out like we're doing a shin box. My back leg's just nice and relaxed back here, okay? And then I'm just gonna relax down over my front knee. Deep breaths. Now, doing hip mobility stuff, super important to your hips and your low back. This is where a lot of our tension comes from sitting all day long. So doing these pigeon stretches like this are really important. That's why we do a lot of shin box, a lot of pigeon stretch. Come up to your hands, press those hands into the ground, drive back up, either into that down dog or into plank, your choice. Lift that leg, swing it through, pigeon on the other side. Okay, now this side's a lot tighter. Notice that this shin angle is a lot further back. So I can adjust it a little bit as I come down. It's just a tighter hip. So I just get into that pigeon pose as best I can and then try to relax down over my shin and knee. Couple of nice deep breaths here. Good, one more deep breath in, out, press up, and work your way to your feet. You can press back and walk those hands back, however you want to come up. Don't fall through the sliding glass door behind you. Woo, right? All right, let's go into our next little stability drill. Okay, so we're gonna go left leg is my base leg, my right leg is the one working. So our ultimate goal is we're gonna single leg squat with some movement on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna do my right side and then we'll switch to the left side. So we'll take turns. We're just gonna do 2 on each side. So what I'm gonna do, slight bend in this knee as I reach to the front of the room. Now I'm kicking this leg out straight. I have a slight bend in this knee. I come back up, I come to center. Now I slight bend and I take that leg out to the side, still straight. Come up. Now I go to the back, slight bend, reach to the back of the room. Now I'm gonna keep this leg bent. And from this back position, I'm gonna rotate my toe to the outside. And I'm gonna pretend like I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme doing a roundhouse kick, coming to the front of the room, standing up. Now, the higher you can hold that leg, the more work it's doing, okay? So a little squat here, reach to the front of the room, come up, squat and reach out, come up, squat and reach back. Now hold in this position, rotate that foot to the outside and sweep around, hip mobility, stand up. Good, again, other side. Okay, and actually I'm gonna turn sideways a little bit so I don't kick this door behind me. Little squat with reach. To the side. To the back. Now I hold there, I rotate that foot and I sweep that foot to the front and I stand up. Good, switch to the other leg, here we go. Reach to the front, to the side, to the back. Stay there as I rotate and sweep that leg around and come up. Good job. That one's tough. You just did a nice little bar work there without ever touching a bar. Okay, so here, now we're going inverted hamstring tees. So inverted hamstring, we've done these 1,000 times. Slight bend in your knee that's down. Take that leg to the back of the room. Find that nice flat back. Make yourself as long as you can from your head to your heel. Find your balance. Now I want you to stay in that position. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and come up into that T. And then let your hands back down. Squeeze and come into that T. Come back down. Good. Again, squeeze. Come back down. Switch legs. So stand up. Switch your leg. There we go. Find that balance. Open up. T. We got 3. Squeeze those shoulder blades together at the top. And stand. Good. All right, we got about 5 minutes left in class. Well, 5 or 6 minutes. Come down to the ground. We're gonna get through one more round of stuff. Okay, we're gonna work our way through one more round of what we can. So 90-90 first. Switching the movement slightly, making an L with my finger and my thumb, setting those finger and thumb on the ground. I'm gonna try to keep those attached to the ground as I sweep up and over my head, over the mop, all the way around the corner, as far as I can, and then sweep it back around. Let's do 3 of those sweeps, okay? And I'm gonna scoot this way a little bit. Jace has a crazy mess behind me. Here we go, sweeping up and over. Good, bring it back. One more, sweep. This is good for that shoulder mobility. Okay, so if you're a little tight in your shoulders, this one's good for you. Just go as far as you can. Notice I'm about, I don't know, I'm not all the way behind myself. I'm about a 45 maybe over my shoulder. That's as far as I can go today. Okay, shoulders are a little sore. So I'm just going where I can with good breath and good form. Switch to the other side. Here we go. Lock in. Okay, get that good sweep all the way up and over. Now I know some of you like the sweep the best, and that's great. But doing some of these other 90-90s are really good too, to teach a little more mobility in that shoulder, where we can kind of cheat here in this 90-90 sweep. So just try your best to not cheat. Don't let your hip rotate, and don't let your knees come apart. Open that chest up. Good. Come back. You got one more. Open all the way open. And close. Nice. All the way around. Good job. All right, going into that plank kick through. Okay, plank kick through one last time. Let's just do one slow one on each side. So I want you to take as much time as you can in this plank kick through. If you go slower than me, that's very amazing, and I will want to watch you do it at some point. Here we go. Lock in. Lift that right leg. Bring that knee underneath. Good. Rotate to the side as slowly as you can. Lock in once you're there. Reach that hand up, kick that leg out straight. Bring it back in and rotate back into that plank position. Let's go straight to the other side. Lift that leg off. Bring that knee underneath. Rotate to the side. Hand goes up. Kick that leg out. Bring it under. rotate, extend, and down. Good. Let's go straight into a pigeon. Okay, now you can do your setup like we did before, where you push into a down dog, or you can just come sit into a pigeon position. Okay, so shin box, good way to do it. Shin box, something we worked on a ton. Now extend that leg back, sit up and over. Good way to get into it. Actually does help to try to keep this angle a little steeper. So it tries to open your hip a little bit. Okay, nice deep breath in. Let it out and relax down into that hip. Good. From here, leave your same arm as the front leg down on the ground. Rotate the opposite arm up towards the sky and hold. Make sure you're breathing. Going to the open hip. Close down. Come up. Reset on the other side. Okay, reset on the other side. So again, I'm going to go shin box. Take that leg back. Get into my position here. Nice and upright in my chest. Relax down with a breath. Hold for a couple of breaths. Then we're going to rotate away from the front hip. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Rotate away as you breathe out. Good little open hip rotation here. You can also do this with your leg elevated if you have a couch or even like your rolly chair in your desk. This is a really good way to open those hips up along with your T-spine closed down from a long day of work. Press up and relax back. Good job. Up on our feet. Okay, now we're going to do what I like to call clockwork. We're putting that last single leg one together, okay, where we did that squat. So this time you're going to squat down slightly. So just a little bit, okay? Just a nice soft bend in your knee. Soft bend in that knee. Reach that leg out to the front of the room. Just like how we ended that movement, you're going to open up, rotate that toe down to the back of the room. And then we're going to turn and rotate it open, staying in that little bit of a squat. Okay, now if you need to pop up, you can. Let's add a little bit to that. So I'm going to turn sideways. You know what the movement looks like. I'm going to stay with my right leg as my active leg. So my down leg is still left. Slight bend, reach to the front of the room. I'm going to rotate to the side. Notice my foot turns as I rotate. When I get to the back of the room, my toe is down. Now watch this. We're going to fall into that single leg, inverted hamstring, and do our T. Squeeze at the top. Let it down. Come back into that single leg bend. Bring that chest up slightly. Rotate that foot. Sweep it around. Come up. Good. Switching legs. So I'll turn this way. Okay. Slight bend. Extend that leg. Now remember this first one, we don't go into the inverted hamstring. We're just working on this movement. Open up, turn that foot as you go. You should feel a little pinch in your hip as you go. Find that balance. Good. Rotate that toe. Sweep it out. Come up if you need to. Good. Last one. Here we go. Come down. Open up. Now remember, we're going straight into that inverted hamstring. Straight into that inverted hamstring. Coming down. Do your T. Squeeze at the top. Come down. Come into that single leg. So bring that chest up. Rotate that foot. Woo. Getting a little off balance. Sweep it forward. And come up. Challenging. Good job. That's it for that part. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop down. We're going to widen out our base. Widen out my base. I'm going to go into as best a straddle as I can. Okay. So opening up again, trying to look like my best impression of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Okay. So I'm opening up here. I'm going to take a nice deep breath and let it out. Now you can rest your hands on your thighs to try to keep a nice flat back here. You can allow your hands to come down and round a little bit because this is really just more of a stretch. It's kind of up to how you want to stretch. If I put my hands on my knees and I'm pushing my knees back and I'm trying to keep my back a little more flat, I'm going to get more of a stretch in my groin and hamstring. If I allow my knees to slightly bend and I round my back, you're going to be a little higher in the glute. Okay, so it depends on where you want this stretch. We're just hanging out for a second. Nice deep breaths. This is our recovery from recovery. All right, go ahead and glue your left hand to the ground. Okay, glue that left hand to the ground if you can touch. If you can't touch, just point it to the ground. Rotate up to the sky. I'm going to do my bow pull. I'm going to slide my hand all the way across my chest, reach up to the sky. Good. Follow that hand back down. Switch to the other side. Pull up. Rotate. Good. Let it down. Let's do one more rotation on each side. Pull up. Good. Last one. Pull up. Good. Let's walk our hands over to the right toe. Touch your big toe. Walk your hands over to the left. Come back to center. Now, I want you to go flat back. So I want you to activate those shoulders. I want you to bring your hands off the ground and just hold them to your side or straight down, but stay active. Now I want you to squeeze your glutes and come up. Good. Let yourself back down. Squeeze those glutes. Let yourself back down. Now I like to give myself a hug to do these so I know I'm not cheating by using my hands. Okay, I come down, nice flat back. Now I'm going to squeeze my glutes. Come back up. I'm squeezing my glutes as hard as I can to pull up to the top. Good. Walk your feet in. Come to about normal shoulder width. Interlace those fingers. Reach up to the sky. Stretch yourself out. I want you to act like somebody's pulling you to the sky with your feet stuck in the mud. Okay, hold there for just a second. Keep pulling up towards the sky. Okay, here comes your quote of the day. Go ahead and release those hands. Sweep down all the way down to the ground. Sweep your toes off a couple of times. Come up again with a nice intentional breath all the way up. Back into that pull position while you listen to our quote that comes to you from Headspace. Okay, Headspace. Building a sustainable sense of ease and calm takes time. It's not a quick fix to make your anxiety disappear. And that goes back to our acronym of the day. Go ahead and release and just relax. Nice deep breath in, out. Go ahead and close your eyes for a second. Close your eyes for 1 second. I want you to take a deep breath in, and I want you to pretend like you're standing on the side of the ocean and a wave is coming across your toes and coming up your body. That's your breath coming in all the way from the ground, all the way up. I want you to fill up with as slow and as long of a breath as you can, all the way up to the tip top. And then just like a wave, I want you to let it back out just as slow all the way out. Fear can cause a lot of anxiety. Stress causes a lot of anxiety. Fear is stress. Stress is fear. So like we said in our acronym, false evidence appearing real. That causes so much stress. So I just want you guys to take the time to de-stress every once in a while. Don't be afraid, okay? Don't be afraid. You're putting the time, you're putting the effort in. When you're building something, it takes time. It doesn't happen right away. So if you need help setting up goals, something that you can reach out and touch, let me know. You can email me or IM me at clintx.carlson@intel anytime, okay? And we don't even have to set up a video call. We could just do it on IM. I'm fine with that, okay? So please let me know if you need anything. I'm so proud of you guys. Thanks again, as always, for being here. You guys help drive me to be better every day. Hopefully, I am reciprocating that. You guys are awesome. Now, remember, let's share this joke. You can share the quote too if you want. You guys do have Headspace, by the way. If you have questions about that, let me know. I'll get you that information. But our joke today, make sure you share it with at least one person. What type of vehicle should you use for a fall hayride? An automobile. Oh my gosh. Who comes up with these things? All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Again, go out and get some headspace. Go for a walk. De-stress. Breathe. Those wave breaths will help if you need to. All right, guys, thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you guys again soon. Until next time, thank you so much. Bye, everyone. You guys are awesome.